Hello, my loves. Welcome back to the channel for another video. Today I thought it would be fun to start a little mini series of deck reviews of decks that I've been really enjoying this year and share my thoughts on them and how I work with them. I have gotten a few new decks this year, many of which I am really enjoying. And I'm really not one for unboxings. I don't really like the whole I love watching someone get excited about their new deck and sharing like the thoughts on why they purchased it and their first impressions. But I'm really over this idea of people reviewing decks when they've had it for like 0.2 seconds and haven't even used it. And I know that many of you in my audience feel the same because you've commented on some of the previous reviews I've done sharing similar sentiments. So I might as well create the content that I want to see, right? So today I want to review the evidence-based magic art cards by Eva, this lovely person. Not going to butcher the name. This is an independently produced deck that's not really a oracle deck per se. It is art cards, and that's what they call it, is art cards. But you can tell how like esoterically laced this artwork is, and it's so stunning. It's quickly become one of my favorite decks, and I was very privileged to get this as a like 4-month early birthday present from my husband. For those of you who don't know, my birthday is in November. I am a Scorpio, but I'm going to be moving across the country literally the week of my birthday, and finances were funky coming up to that. So my husband bought me this early birthday gift. These are the backs. I've really been loving using this deck for daily draws. It is quite large. This is like a little bit of a smaller tarot deck. So they're larger than kind of your standard oracle card, but I don't care. I'm obsessed with this like surrealist art style. I've been loving this for like daily and weekly draws. And those moments where I'm just like sitting at my altar and I don't necessarily have like a question, but I'm feeling kind of a certain way. And I just want a little bit of food for thought, like something mystical to chew on, something to sink in. I love how vibrant the colors are. A few of the cards have this like cool extra foiling on them. I appreciate the otherworldly feel with things being a little trippy without it feeling too techy. Like sometimes when you get that otherworldly feeling, it feels like it's more of like a technology feel, which I'm not super into. Like here you can kind of see the glitches, which is like an ode to that, but it's so like mysterious. I love this, the snowy cabin in the woods with like jellyfish in the night sky. Like I'm obsessed with this artist, and she paints these beautiful paintings, and they just make you think, they make you feel things. And that's really what I love with a good oracle deck, right? Is like, I don't always want you to tell me things. I'm wanting you to help me feel things and then help me understand and explore why I'm feeling said thing. And I feel that this deck does this beautifully. There are a couple of cards that are landscape, which normally would bug me, but the way that I use this deck, because it's just kind of like a one draw deck at a time. This artwork. Because it's kind of like a one card draw deck. The landscape doesn't bother me as much because I'm really just using like it as an altar card. I'm not doing like a whole spread with it. I don't really use this deck for clarification, although you could, I think. It's really more something to just like muse on and sink your teeth into. There are 2 cards missing out of this deck because they're both on my altar right now for like my weekly cards. And I didn't want to dismantle that. So just know there are 2 extra cards there. Now, this is quote unquote like the guidebook for this deck. And it's really just a little booklet. And at first glance, you know, one might be disappointed in it, but because of how I use this deck, I love the guidebook. There's no like, I suppose there is. There is a table of contents. However, a lot of the names of the cards that are printed on here, you can like barely see. I think it says double, which I could only read in the camera zooming close up. Here's this title of this one, Refraction of the Spotless Mind. I mean, listen to those titles, right? So they are very subtle and they're hard to read. So I just look it up by like the photo, and there aren't a ton, so it's easy to find. So here we have Refraction of the Spotless Mind. She tells you what she painted it in. So this is acrylic on fiberboard, and she painted it in 2019, which I think is so cool. So then you get like a secondary title, kind of the meaning of the cards. This is, or the subject. So this is the facets of subconscious. And then the like definition or oracle message is here. So we have a psyche, like a prism, reflects the light of awareness into myriad colors, each representing a dimension of our being. It's so delicious. It's literally everything that I feel like my creative mind adores. It's like surrealist, otherworldly images mixed with like thought-provoking things that are borderline like taboo almost, or maybe uncommon or somewhat inappropriate, and possibly considered a little like creepy. But it's so beautiful. And the paintings are like so intentional with such a poetic focus. And even though it's only a couple of lines, I feel like it just pulls out so much. Like, this is lunacy. Like, is she a vampire? Is she a werewolf? This is like a blood moon. Is she eating the moon? There's like a moth. It's so good. I do have to say, there are a lot of cats cards. I'm a dog person. I don't dislike cats, but they're not like, you know how it is. They don't do a ton for me, really, but there aren't so many that it's distracting. And I really enjoy it. I think that there's something so beautiful about having a deck that's art cards, right? That these are like, each one is a card of an actual painting that someone did with a deep theme, a deep psychological theme in mind, and they just so happen to then turn it into a card deck. But they give you enough to understand the thoughts behind the painting without telling you what it means or how you should feel about it or where you should go from there. It really allows your intuition to just open up and speak to you, and for your subconscious and perhaps a psychologically flavored mind, such as I have, to really just like go somewhere in a fun, playful way and consider some of those more deep topics of life without it getting really like heavy. I don't know. I really enjoyed working with this deck for the past several months, and I'm really excited to continue using it. It was one of those decks where I saw the imagery. I watched a video of the artist on YouTube giving a tour of her art studio, and I was like, immediately, like, I need this. in my life. And usually I wait much longer, and I'm so glad I didn't sleep on it, because it is fantastic. Again, this is an independently published deck. Shipping was relatively fast. Like, it arrived beautifully packaged. Had the cutest little like purple packing peanuts, I think, which was fun. But I will leave this linked below if you would like to check out the artist. And I won't just link the deck, but I will also link her YouTube channel. I think she has a Patreon, but I'm also going to try my best to remember to link that studio tour that I was talking about, because if you are creative at all and you love just like mystical stuff and plants and color, and it's like an orgasmic video. So I will leave you there. That is my short and sweet review of the evidence-based magic art cards. Let me know if you have this deck, if this is like something that you didn't know existed and you are now like, I need this on my wish list, or any of the things. I'd love to chat with you in the comments. With all that being said, I will see you again really, really soon. Take care, my loves. Bye.